my project that I have done for my CS5610 web development project. Myself, Bansal Shah. And my project is about SplitUp. So what is SplitUp? SplitUp, as you know, is an application in which I solve problems for student life which deal with bills all the time. So I just have created an application which solve all the problem of splitting the bill or sorting them out or tracking them, who owes who and IOUs and everything. So let's start my homepage for my project. As you can see that it is the information about the project is over here, contact information of mine, and about some features that I have implemented. So one of them is splitting our bills, other is adding our own expense so that we can track how much money we have spent and all. And the third one is creating groups so that we can enjoy our dinner with my friends and just split the bills efficiently. So here the user can start by with the help of this get started button or with the login link on the top. So let's log in for the already existing user. So who is Harshil Vasani? What is as shown? So we are just logging him in so that he can use all the features. As he logs in, his profile would be viewed. He can update his profile or just his name and his email if he has any. The username and password are kept read only because this both are handled and also verified from the API side, which is boxper.com. So as you can see, there are a couple of modules that I have implemented. First one is my modules, in which there are bills and groups, which I will be explaining later. Which is only this my modules is the one that has only the database on my side, and it is no interference of the API. And the other one is API module, from which I have implemented the transactions, group, and contacts page. So now let's start from the API modules page, and we will start with the transactions. So as you can see, the transactions come from the API, which are listed in the form of a table and sorted in the form of a date as per the recent date. So as you can just see that all the transaction and what type of transaction is there and the total amount of the bill. Now, if you want to know more about this transaction, you can just click on a particular transaction and just see that how much you had paid and were paid for whom. And it was a $20 bill, and you paid for a friend. It was just clear. So the description is just details. It's like a search and details page that I am showing you here. As you go back, the data is stored, and so the back button compatibility is also restored. Now if you can just go to, I'm going to just show that expense amount for you is also added, so that you can know for the total amount how much you have expense. So you can just keep track of how much you have spent. You can see now I wanted to add a transaction. So just a transaction is like a bill that you have or an expense that you have occurred. So after clicking on the add transaction button, window pops up in which I have to enter a detail like just let's add a coffee. So now an amount, let it be 12 some $10. Now there is an option. Now if you don't enter any your friend's name, it will be only you. So that detail, if you want to keep it blank, and then let's just choose any date and it would be added. So that this is added. As you can see, this one's the expense that I've added. As you can go inside and you can see that this one is totally yours bill. Now if I want to add my own transaction, like with the group transaction, so just let's add that group transaction like dinner. Let it be $25, and let me share with my friend that I know. So just let add them. It's a comma separated name, and let it be on this page. So just when we add it, it will be added on the top. As you can see, here it is added. As you can see, the details are added. So, and now you don't need to calculate how much you are owing, because as you go inside, you will know that this was the expense that you have occurred. So as you can see, these are the like a search in transaction page, and my all transactions are listed here. Now, if I want to know that how many groups or something that I've created, then there is a groups API page that I've created. This already comes directly from the API. So if I have something in my API, it would be directly rendered here. Otherwise, it would be an empty page. So here, as you can see, there is a group name that is roommate, and also along with its member. So this is just for rendering the data from the API. Then there is similarly, that is there is a contacts page. Now what this contacts page does is like it's a page where it show that who is whom you are owing the money. So as you can see, I am owed from Saloni and Deep, and I owe Bansal. This is just any random amount, so don't care about the amounts. And so this is my page where I can know that how much I'm owing and how much money I'm owed. So this was a part from the API that I've used, Buxper.com, and all the data comes from there and rendered on my pages. Now, considering my own database that I've created, first let's go to the bills page. In the bills page, it's like some bills that you don't want to share on the particular website and just want to keep it to you. So I've created this one. So let's just keep a personal experience like a gift. So I have bought a gift for someone, so it would be an expense. So it would be an expense that I've occurred just at like $25 and the particular date that I'm going to add. So what it does is it just adds all my particular personal bills over here, and just it is added over here. And also one thing is that I can delete or edit this once for using this button. So just let's edit this loan one and consider this to be a $75 amount. So the upload updated and the amount is updated as you can see in the table. Also, Mike, I don't want to remember that I've done that expense, or I wanted to just delete it. So I can just delete, as you can see from the delete button. It just goes out and it is deleted from the database itself. So this is the bill space for personal bills that I don't want to share on my particular API also. Then I have created a groups page. In the groups page, as you can see, there are three columns. But in second column, I use is NU complete, as professor has taught us in the class. So just let's put a particular name of a group. And now I'm using this NU complete, in which if I minimum characters 2, it shows me all the users that start from that particular data. So this is especially for just to show that these are the users that I have start from SA or contain SA, and just select them, and I would just add it. So now it is added to the members page. Remember that this plus button adds them to the members input data, which is over here. So as I add it, as you can see that Herschel was logged as a logged in user, so I have not added his name. But as I just click it, his name is already popped up. But it also one thing is that I need to add his name. So let's just create a Sally and Herschel. If I add his name, it already checks that Herschel is being added, and it will not add his name again. So as you can see, Herschel is already added. So he's already added. So I think they both cannot be in the same group. So I will just delete that thing. So this is the groups part that I've created just for the usage of NU complete. And also one thing that these are the users that you can see over here. Also, if I'm going to log in later with the Bansal username, because it's also the admin of my application, and you will see that you will see this group in his also, in his groups data also. So just does that for the information. Now let's talk about so logout page. This welcome my username page would just show me his profile again, and if I want to edit something, I would just write his and something and update it. It would be edited. Here is his name is also shown, as you can see. So let's just not update his name or something. So this page is also shows me the clicking on here would take me to the profile page, and you can update it using this page. So I would just log out and would take me to the home page of my application. Now considering the registration of my of a new user. Now there are two steps, as you can see over here, that you have to register at the buxper.com using your some particular email ID and password, and then come to this page also using that username and password. You have to register that as yourself. I would already register over there a particular user by this name, that alice@gmail.com. So I would just register him with his username and password. So and a new user has been created in my database also. So let's just give him a name and particular name. Let him name Alice and Wonderland, and his particular email ID, that suppose something alice@wonderland.com, and update his data. As you see that there was no first name and there was no data anything over here. So as soon as I update it, I'm just printing whoever the user is, so that whenever he goes to a particular web page, like somebody builds for you, so he just knows who is the particular user that is logged in. And now going directly to that page would show me this. And as per the I showed, as a particular logged in user, anything now we can do. Just you can see all these bills or create as bills and groups. You can see his transactions or his groups from the API directly that is rendered. Add a transaction using the add transaction button, and also can see the contacts on which he's owing and whom he's owed by. So this is the thing. Now the second user of my application is an admin. Admin has only particular so I will just log the admin in. I provided in the form that I've submitted. So that this is only one admin in my database with this password and username. So I would just log them in. There is only one particular new thing about an admin. What he can do is that in my modules, if you see, there is a users of application. So the whole list of application of the users in my application is shown, and he can just delete them if he wants. Suppose let's suppose I want to delete this user and it doesn't want to want him to access anything from my application. So just let's delete it. What it does is like it doesn't delete this user from the API part, from the Buxford.com that I'm talking about. It only deletes it from my database so that he cannot access my application anymore. So this is all the working. So as you can see that my module is just kept because if he's a user, he might want to just see if we can access anything. Just this was just to know that without logging in, nothing can be done, and all my information and features are displayed on my homepage. So that's it. This is the demonstration of my project. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you.